face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com, the new and improved WoodwardSports.com, the one where my laptop is just steady making noises. Listen, I hit mute on this thing.
Sure you did.
I promise you I do. I don't know what I don't know, maybe because I switching Wi-Fi, so I come from the back to here. But nonetheless, we are live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rax.
What up, though?
We got young Chris and Chitty Booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. We got a jam-packed show for you guys. We actually have one of the pass rushing coaches for one James Houston, the man who tallied up 8 sacks in only 7 games.
Yeah.
Only played 33% of the snaps in the games he played. Definitely excited to talk to him. He's got a couple prospects he's working with this year, heading to this year's draft. I want to discuss, obviously, the evolution of James Houston that he expects and stuff like that.
You got enough pens?
You want one?
No, I'm good.
Here you go, right here.
Yeah,
just for you.
I always ask, where are all the pens at?
It's out of ink. Let me check this out.
Eazy walks in, he's got 6 of them in his pocket.
Brother, I stay penned up. You know this.
Yeah, because you steal them.
This ain't new. I don't steal them. I keep them every single time in the same spot.
I always keep 2 back there, and they're always gone at the end of the week.
That's weird, because you seem to be misplacing stuff.
It's weird. Because I put them in the same spot every time.
Detroit Lions hire
no one knows about it.
A running back coach. And I don't know if you saw this detailed in the specifics of an assistant head coach.
Assistant head coach as well, yes.
Another one of those scenarios. Scottie Montgomery is the name. We're going to break down, get into that one a little bit.
Likes his running back coaches to be his assistant head coach, apparently.
Yeah. We'll get to learn a little bit more about him. He's another former NFL player as well. But real quick, couple notes over the weekend, and one of these actually isn't on the prep sheet. The Chinese spy balloon.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw it.
What? What is?
Dude, I have no idea.
I don't even know how to react. I was just so lost. Chris, did you see this?
I guess there was one like over Europe too. They're just all over the place. China just sent out a wave of balloons like, be gone, my pretties.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring me back pictures of cornfields. I was like, it's weird.
The most hilarious part is that China was like in all their statements of all these balloons was like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. These were just balloons.
Yeah.
These were just balloons. There's no ulterior motives here.
Yeah, we just sent out random balloons. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't want to get canceled. How about that? We'll leave it at that.
I'm just saying.
Aaron S. is in the chat talking about cats. He said it's all pss, 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 guys. Come on.
Wait, what?
That's what Aaron S. in the Woodward Sports chat said. It's all pss, pss, pss. So maybe he thinks there's cats behind it or something.
Why does that mean cats?
Because that's what you do to a cat. Like pss, 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 pss.
Oh, is that how you read that?
I've never done that to
I don't know
cat.
what that word is.
I feel like it's psyops or something like that. Maybe spy backwards.
I'm just saying, if they were really balloons, birds would have got to them.
Birds
didn't touch them.
Yeah, birds aren't real stupid.
But one thing we know about birds, which are fake, obviously.
Yeah,
but
clearly.
Of the fake birds, what we know of them is that they attack balloons when they're in the sky. So why did they not attack these balloons? Why do we need missiles to shoot these down? Not real balloons.
China made birds.
I heard it was some random guy from Montana who shot it down.
Hell yeah.
Is that true? JB, are you up on this?
It was like a missile.
Chinese spy balloon?
I have no idea what's going on. I seen this on Twitter, but then was like, I don't know what this balloon has to do.
It is one of those stories
with
like I don't want to deal with that today.
It's like I don't want to touch it. I don't know what it is.
So those things give you a little bit of anxiety. Here's my question. Here's my interpretation of it. There was a balloon. The U.S. government didn't want to shoot down because they didn't want to, when it landed, they didn't want to harm anybody or whatever the hell else.
Yeah.
It ended up being like some guy from Montana shot down. But here's my other question, all right? This is called a spy balloon, correct?
I think that's what they labeled it. Yeah.
A balloon?
A giant white balloon.
That's what you're using to spy? Is this giant, visible white balloon? Like, how is that a spy operation you got going on there?
I don't know.
China can't be that stupid, can they?
And it can't be that, like, I feel like that's something they did in, like, the 50s. Like, we're sending out the fleet of balloons. Tell them to come back and give us all our games nice. Like, You'd think they'd have something more high tech than a balloon if
That's
they're really
what I'm
trying to do
saying.
some reconnaissance.
Build an actress robot.
Yeah.
I don't know. An actress robot.
That's
I
what TikTok's for.
Yeah. Like, why you need a Chinese air balloon? You already got TikTok.
Got TikTok. You can see everybody doing all those.
Joe Biden.
Stop it, man! You're freaking me out!
That just threw me off. I just want to know if you guys had any more information on it, because it was one of those stories I was like,
All right, we could spy on them through TikTok. We could spy on them through their phones. Like Aaron S. says, we got satellites. We can do all that. Send out the balloons. They'll never see that one coming. Can you imagine somebody in Montana just be like, that's one of them Chinese spy balloons. Mama, I got dinner.
Yes, if anybody in the Woodward Sports Chat can confirm that was shot down by a gentleman in Montana, I would love to know if that's true, or if the U.S. took it down with missiles, or what that situation was.
I heard U.S. took it down.
I feel like shooting a missile at a balloon is a little bit overkill.
Yeah. And I saw the pictures of it down. I feel like if a missile hit that thing, it'd be like a situation. Plus, like,
missiles can't melt balloon.
Yeah,
obviously.
Missiles can't melt balloon.
Jet missiles don't burn balloon.
Damn it! I had another question regarding the matter, and I totally forgot it.
What if the balloon is just a distraction from something else that happened?
That could very well be the case. I guess another reason we wouldn't want to shoot down is like you maybe want to get a hold of it and see like what's in there,
Yeah, that was the big discussion.
Like
rare Funko Pops and stuff like that. Yeah.
There was
Funko Pops,
some Pokemon cards.
Also Japanese.
I watched a good 10 minutes of it on the news, and there was one thing that was one of the guys, like this old man just kept saying, we shot it over the ocean because we didn't want to hurt civilians, but you kind of got to take that risk and see what's on there.
That's what I'm saying. What if it was like a bomb you shoot and it blows up?
That's why they did it over the ocean,
I guess it was not shot down in my camp.
No, it was like thousands of feet above jets.
Ooh, I remember
Easy, it's not true. Detroit Dabber, easy, it's not true. It was 60,000 feet in the air. How would someone in Montana hit it?
Exactly.
Shoot, brother, ain't nothing else to do out there.
Yeah.
They got good aim, I heard.
It's true.
That's
very true.
Shoot varmints off the porch, we could shoot down a Chinese spy balloon.
Ain't no NBA teams in Montana, brother.
There's nothing in Montana.
I'm just saying.
Except the Yellowstone.
That's a hell of a scope.
I got to check that one out.
Family Ranch.
I did dabble in my first episode of Last of Us. I did enjoy it, but
You only watched one episode?
I had Bryson.
Oh, okay.
I was like trying to dude, this kid, usually like really well-mannered child.
Yeah.
Last night, I mean, it was a little bit graphic, but he shit his pants. But he goes to the bathroom. Like, he used the toilet and everything like this.
Hey man, sometimes you just want to poop your pants.
I was just so confused. I'm like, why'd you poop yourself?
Yeah.
And he just said he was scared of the monsters.
Called the shit poop.
And then after that, we this is totally dad stuff. I'm sorry, I just gotta get out of the way because it blew my mind. Because usually he's good.
Yeah.
Because my girl's not there anymore. It's just me. B. After the shower, he wants to put like his lotion on by himself. I said, sure. This kid, I'm watching The Last of Us, comes out, fucking lotion all over himself, butt ass naked. He was like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "Oh, bro."
Yeah, you can't allow him to do those things.
So that's why episode 2 didn't happen.
That's fair.
My question, this is my last part about the Chinese spy balloon. All right, because I'm thinking of this thing doesn't make sense. Again, if you're spying on a country, why the hell are you using a balloon?
Yeah.
How does a balloon travel all the way from China to Montana, wherever the hell it was? Remember Nope? Remember Nope? The movie Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Very oddly similar to the alien monster from Nope. Maybe that's what it really was. And they're just too scared to let us know. That shit's real.
All right. So Kyrie Irving got traded.
That did happen.
It's not deal's not done yet though.
Yes.
They're trying to involve a third party.
Uh huh.
So maybe Troy Weaver sneaks in there.
For which piece? Which piece of that pie you want?
Give me something. Anything.
A little bit of Dinwiddie action?
Give me a little leftover. I'll take the crust. It doesn't matter. Just give the Pistons something.
I'll take the Dallas pick.
Yeah, I'll take the Dallas pick.
What did you look into about Chris?
Yeah. So the reports are that they want to move Dinwiddie and that first and potentially those seconds as well because the Nets have no other picks to give. So they're looking at that as a package for Fred VanVleet, which we all know is attached to the Clippers. So we'll see if they outbid them there, but that's why they're holding out in the trade. But Dallas is pressuring them because they need it finalized by tonight so that Kyrie can play in their next game. So it's it's going to be resolved probably within the next couple hours, I'd imagine.
Trash. Failed attempt.
Yeah.
JB, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if Weaver somehow manages to get in here, that'd be cool. But I heard they're trying to talk to Toronto as well too.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam. So I don't know if that's going to run through either.
Yeah.
They said, I mean, the Nets said they're trying to get another star to put next to KD. They're trying to build around KD. We'll see.
They just don't have the
Korkmaz
assets.
requested a trade, so that's another big name that's probably going to be on the moves.
Who?
Korkmaz.
That's crazy.
Korkmaz?
Yep.
The guy from Philly.
Yep. Requested a trade. It was like the fourth guy off the bench.
Yeah.
He said, get me out of here. I know my worth.
Is that the craziest trade request?
That is pretty wild trade request.
I feel like everybody can want a trade request though. I ain't really
But
tripping
still,
off that
like
one.
you're a role player. Like,
Yeah. Reggie Jackson did it.
I deserve more.
Yeah, but Reggie Jackson at least started.
Reggie Jackson
James Harden.
had starter ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Korkmaz feels like he has starter ability.
Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Are we saying his name correctly? I feel like that's
It is
just
Korkmaz.
yes.
Yeah.
That is very lame pronunciation of that one. I would make something. I would just make that one sound more exotic. I
He
pull a
thinks
Brise in
Easy
there.
is stupid.
Yeah. Your name's Easy.
Korkmaz nuts. Boy, I don't know what you want me to do with that one there. Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler to
Yes.
cast the next Ultimate Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter.
That one. I don't know if that one's gonna be on ESPN Plus again or ESPN. Do you know?
I don't know, but why are they doing the Ultimate Fighter and Dana White's Contender Series? Like,
I agree.
why are they doing both?
I agree. They kind of killed the allure of Ultimate Fighter with Dana White's Contender Series.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, does anybody actually watch that?
No, I don't.
It's crazy too because it's on a Tuesday night where there's like nothing else to watch, and I don't watch it. I could give less of a shit. I mean, I've watched my boys and they've been on there a couple of times. My guy Mondo, he was on there. He lost that 19-year-old.
Yep.
The ugly ass
That
19.
ugly
Yeah.
ass 19-year-old.
Got some cousin powers.
Dude's
for
got
sure.
some cousin powers. For
guy.
sure. Wicked cousin strength.
Yeah, you can't. You're not defeating the
That
cousin
dude looks
streak.
like he got hit with a shovel. Like, he's an ugly motherfucker.
Looks like he fell off a Chinese
Yeah,
spy balloon
facts.
straight in his face.
Looks like a Chinese spy balloon hit him in the face. That dude is ugly.
It'll be on ESPN, not ESPN Plus.
It's going to be on ESPN.
Yeah.
It's a big draw, I guess.
How do you feel about the Conor Chandler fight? Yeah.
I think Chandler's going to probably knock him out.
Knock him out?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I mean, you got to think Chandler's got more power than Poirier. Like, Poirier's more technical and stuff, but Chandler's got wicked power.
I can see that.
So, I mean, if he catches it, Conor's washed, dude. Conor is washed.
Yeah.
The last fight he won was against Cowboy, who was more washed.
He was. Would you say, though, in the fight versus Dustin, the one he didn't break his leg, he was doing.
He was fighting well, yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't got it.
It was. I felt like he trained more for like a boxing fight than like actual MMA fight. Because I looking back, like watching that one, I remember like his old like little karate stance was like,
Yeah.
it was sweet, you know. And he didn't. It was none of that. It was kind of straight boxing. That's why I kept getting destroyed with those leg kicks.
Yep.
That ultimately led to him getting knocked out.
I don't think Conor's got it anymore, man. I mean, it'll be cool to see him fight, but I think Chandler washes him.
I think it depends on like what style of fight Chandler wants to have. Like if Conor could bait him into standing up, I could definitely see Conor KOing him. He's bigger, obviously. I'd say he has the better hands. Conor has knockout power as well.
Emeralize7 Zimi asks in the Woodward Sports chat, didn't Conor just catch another case? I'm not sure about that, but he did just get hit by a car.
He did get hit by a car.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Dude got
Yeah.
smacked. He was riding his bike. It was like Spenny and East Lansing. Like, what? Dude rolled up the hood and everything.
Oh, man.
I'm surprised he beat the shit out of the guy
Yeah.
because he's known to fly off the handle
He's
a bit.
roid ragey,
Yeah. But maybe he's off the roids because he's got the fight coming up.
maybe.
I mean, Conor's entertaining television. I'll probably
Always,
I'm definitely watching that,
definitely
actually.
gonna watch for sure.
It's not like I watched the Contender Series to even.
No, Ultimate Fighter's way better than
Yeah.
Contender Series.
I'm going to eat some Big Boy while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Some to go.
A little bit comfort food action because
Yeah.
Big Boy will make everything better, including the UFC, but definitely wintertime in Detroit. It's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. You can try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They have the Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Make sure you stop in your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward.
All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports.
Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Market, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5.
$5.
A whopping $5. And while you're there, do yourself a favor. Don't forget to pick up all their great options. The best are Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Once again, it's ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the new improved WoodwardSports.com. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks. We got young Chris in the T booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. Shortly after this segment, we'll be joined by Coach Dez Walker, the pass rush specialist. He's helped mold guys like Max Crosby, James Houston. The list goes on and on and on. I'm definitely excited to get into that one. I'm going to save my questions, obviously. I ain't going to jump into that one. But Detroit Lions. Yes. Hired a running back coach.
They did.
We finally got our answer. Scottie Montgomery.
Scottie Montgomery, following the trend of the Detroit Lions coaching staff, he is a former NFL player. He spent time with the Panthers, Broncos, and Raiders in his NFL career. He's most recently coming off being the running backs coach for the Indianapolis Colts, where he helped kind of push Jonathan Taylor into what he is today, into one of the best running backs in the league. So that's great to have a guy like that, you know, working with Jamal, working with Swift, and maybe if they add somebody else, it's important to have a guy back there. He was also the former head coach of East Carolina when East Carolina was having some success in college football. So it's good to have him. He's a guy that was attractive to a lot of different positions, a guy that was wanted by a lot of different teams, and you know, the Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes said, all right, Frank Reich, you're going to take our coach? Well, we're going to take your running backs coach. And they went and took him off Indianapolis. So it's a good move. It's a good move. It's another good voice, a good leader to have back there. Like you said, he is also going to be fulfilling the duties of assistant head coach, which we still really don't know what that means. But you saw Deuce, you know, sitting with Dan Campbell and a lot of the different cuts from Hard Knocks and things like that. So you expect that it is a guy that's being groomed into a head coaching position, a guy to kind of be an ear to whisper in for Dan Campbell, be a guy that helps him make some decisions and is an ear in the locker room. So because a head coach has to deal with a lot, so they need some help. And this is a great hire for the Detroit Lions. It's a great guy to bring in, not only with his pedigree and what he's done in the NFL, like I said, with Jonathan Taylor, but he is a guy that is a leader, a guy that is someone that people are going to listen to in the locker room because he's been there before and done that. And like we talked about, he is a guy who was a journeyman in his career. He was an undrafted free agent that got signed by Carolina originally. So we've talked about how the kind of star players, the all-stars, the Pro Bowlers, guys like that, never really make the best coaches, or it seems like that at least. Mm-hmm. Because they just have the talent, they have the skill. But when you get guys like this that have had to work, had to grind, had to do everything they can to try to stay in the league, study a lot of tape, study the position, learn things technically, learn how to work the situation best to fit themselves, and stay in the league, kind of scratch and claw without the real God-given ability of a guy like that would be drafted in the first round, they tend to make some better coaches because they've been there, they've studied so much, they know how the game works, in and outs of different games. So I'm excited with it. It's a good hire. There's a void that obviously needed to be filled, and they did it in short time. So we'll see how he works. We'll see how he works with DeAndre Swift, hopefully when they bring back Jamal Williams, and maybe if they add a piece in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the names that was involved with propelling Jonathan Taylor into the debate whether him or Derrick Henry, like, who's the best running back in the league. And I'm not giving him all the credit for that. I mean, you can't do that. I'm not I feel like that's a more of an offensive coordinator position. But I feel like everything that you said in terms of him being a leader. He has former head coaching experience from, like, I believe it's Eastern Carolina.
Yep.
Those are the type of voices you want within your locker room. And there's another situation to where you could fall back on if you end up losing Ben Johnson. He has the former coordinator experience. I'm sorry, head coach experience. He's a receiver by that's his natural position, but he's worked with quarterbacks since then. The running back room, like he feels like he has his handprints all over the offensive side of the football, and that's something I gives you a little bit of faith in him if that were to happen. But it's, again, just one of those offensive minds. And if you do want to give him some credit for the Jonathan Taylor stuff, man, you love that news.
Yeah, like you said, you're right. He is. I don't want to say a replacement option for Ben Johnson, but he is a guy that gives you a little more faith because he was an offensive coordinator at Maryland in the 2019 season. He was the quarterback's coach there as well. So it's impressive to see a guy like that, again, joining the ranks of the multitude of former NFL players the Lions have on their head coach or their coaching staff. So this is another impressive hire by Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, and we'll see if he can work some magic with DeAndre Swift like he did Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. I remember some of the stuff that watching or thinking back to Hard Knocks with DeAndre Swift. A lot of stuff that Deuce was yelling at him about was like staying true to like whichever lane or hole he was supposed to run through, and he was yelling at him for like either breaking off or doing something different. He was like, "Hey, just follow the guy. You're there for the touchdown." I feel like that's a lot of the same stuff that you're going to hear from this guy in Montgomery, who also had the experience of working again with Jonathan Taylor, who led the league, I believe, both in rushing yards and touchdowns in 2021, which was Montgomery's first year as a running back coach. Granted, it was Taylor's sophomore year, so you can't really, I don't want to compare his production increase to his rookie year, because everyone can see that jump every rookie year, typically. Sometimes there's sophomore slumps. But, no, it's definitely a good piece to have. I'm definitely excited to have him here. He's reading in the Woodward Sports Chat as well. He worked with Antoine Randall, Hines Ward back in Pittsburgh. Maybe that's some stuff you love to hear. I believe Antoine Randall has that experience with Hines Ward as well, though, to bring to the table in terms of like the wide receiver room. But again, I think it's just one of those things. It's more so like a voice in the room. It is funny that all these guys, former NFL players. I don't know if Dan Campbell, did he speak publicly on like that being a criteria of his or something that he's like looking forward to? I'm not sure.
But
it's kind of wild.
They're loading up, and it's like you said. I mean, guys take advice and take coaching better from someone that's been there.
Yeah.
And done it. Like if you're getting instructed on something by someone who did it at the highest level, it makes more sense. And yeah, like Joey said, he was the wide receivers coach for Pittsburgh. He was the offensive coordinator for Duke. He did a lot. He was the assistant head coach for Duke, and so he has a lot of experience throughout the coaching ranks. So I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm excited to see what he brings to the team, and hopefully he can help DeAndre Swift have a Josh Jacobs-esque contract year. That'd be pretty damn nice.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised. DeAndre Swift contract year just seems to happen. Every single player.
I'd be pretty surprised.
Like for health reasons or just production-wise? Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's production is kind of dependent on their health, and that is a big part of it. But I feel like Josh Jacobs missed a couple games, too, leading into that career year last year. You know what I'm saying? Like little spotty games here and there.
Yeah. He hasn't missed a lot of games in his career, though. He doesn't miss a lot of games.
Josh Jacobs?
Yeah.
I feel like, and I could be wrong, I was the one who did the homework on this one. I believe it was another YouTuber. I believe it was Mobby. But he missed the same amount of games like the previous like 2 years as DeAndre Swift. There's like 3 or 4 of them.
He's played 15 in 2021, 15 in 2020, and 13 in 2019.
Yeah, so like 2 or 3 games each year.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of normal though for running backs. To be honest with you, at least 2 games. It's one of those positions, man. You're taking a constant. I don't want to say pounding because I don't want to say pause afterwards, but I mean that's the only way we have to go with this one. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Abuse, constant abuse in the hole.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. Running backs, they take abuse in the hole.
The piece I like about this most, honestly, is the fact in the tweet from whoever Pelissero, this guy was respected around the league and a lot of people wanted him. The last name to have that same type of, I guess, glow.
Yeah,
Ben Johnson. Zach Taylor spoke glowingly about him and said we wanted him here. If there's other teams that wanted this guy there with their franchise, I take that as a positive sign.
It is a positive sign, yeah. If it's a wanted commodity, but Levi Onwuzurike was also wanted commodity, and we saw what that turned out to. So yeah, it's a little bit of something you'd like to see, especially out of a coach, is that this guy had opportunities in different places and he decided to settle at the Lions. So it's impressive. Maybe he wasn't getting the assistant head coaching opportunities in other places, but still, it's a good addition. It's another leader, another guy in that locker room, like we said, that has played the game at the highest level. So you can only go up when you're adding more things like that. Losing a guy like Deuce Staley is going to be a hit because he was a vocal leader, obviously. Mm-hmm. He was an important part to that team, but hopefully he can fill in that role and he can make the best out of the Lions' run game next season.
I wonder if what type of relationship he has with everybody else, like currently on the staff. If we'll get a little bit of that back and forth that Deuce Staley brought with Aaron Glenn and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know him personally. If he's a fired up guy like Deuce is, I feel like Deuce is a 1 in a million type of guy. Like, you're not going to find a lot of guys like that laying around. But
great point.
He's obviously a competitor. He's a former professional athlete, so I'm sure he has the same drive, and he wants to get the best out of him. So we'll see what him and
but there's some
Aaron Glenn start chirping.
Yeah, I said, but there's some chirping between him and Dre Bly.
Dre Bly, yeah.
Carolina guy, Duke guy. Maybe. I could be 100% wrong on that one. JB, you got any things on the hire of Montgomery? Coach Montgomery, Scottie Montgomery?
No, not really. Just that I think that, it's a proper hire for the Lions. I'll say that. And placement of Deuce. As Spencer said, he has head coaching abilities. Previous coaching experience, especially on offense with those three positions, quarterback, wide receiver, running back. And, it's a nice person to groom for the Ben Johnson replacement if that does happen. I guess my only concern is just his role exactly. Like, I know he's going to be the running backs coach, but also he's going to be assistant to the head coach. I would have kind of thought that Ben Johnson would have kind of had that role as well, too. But I don't know. There might be, 2 spots for that role.
I was going to say, I think it's one of those situations where you get, like, multiple assistant head coaches.
Also, I think they probably want to have Ben Johnson focus more on the offense.
Yeah.
Because that's the offense is a lot, like, offensive coordinator, there's obviously a lot more on your plate than being a running backs coach. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if they want to overburden Ben Johnson, just have him focus on calling plays, drawing up schemes.
I think he's almost like all due respect, again, I can't speak on Scottie Montgomery fully. I don't know him or his resume that well, but almost like a backup to the Tanner Strand stuff if that falls through. Because if Ben Johnson gets, obviously he's the one who's tagging that strand around him to teach him things like that. If Ben goes, it's not completely out of the question that he goes as his offensive coordinator or just another piece of his organization. If that's the case, Scottie Montgomery, I feel like, is more than a capable guy to fall on.
Yeah, no, he's done it before. Obviously, he's been an offensive coordinator in college multiple times, so it's not something you got to be worried about too much. It is a good backup option to have.
Speaking of coaches, we got our guy next, Coach Dez Walker, again, pass rush specialist. Help with our guy James Houston. I kind of want to ask about, we obviously see all the questions coming up next, but before I do that, let me tell you guys about Swiss Insurance, all right? You got all those fancy gifts from Christmas, from whatever the hell you're celebrating over the wintertime. And you might want to insure them. That way and save some money on your premiums at the same time. That way you can buy season tickets for the Michigan Panthers, where Spenny and I will be head coaching the team. Make sure you get up our guy, Mark, at SwissINS.com. Again, that's Mark at SwissINS.com. I'm your boy Eazy. Spin more racks. Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back with Coach Dez Walker.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Jerami, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Jerami at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say. Come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
That commercial's hilarious, man.
Yeah, that's great.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. That's my guy Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
And we are joined by Coach Dez Walker, pass rush specialist. Been working with a lot of guys in the league. What up, though, man? Thanks for joining us.
What up, though, man? What's going on, Woodward Sports?
How you doing, man?
I like the jersey.
Oh, yeah, you know I had to come on and represent, man.
That's what's up.
Red Wings, Detroit, stand up.
I appreciate you, man. I guess first and foremost, I want to start with one of your guys you worked with last year who had a tremendous year in a limited fashion is James Houston. Man, go ahead, Flex. Tell us all the good stories about that one because you killed it. You hit that one out the park.
For sure. So, man, James Houston, the first thing I'm going to talk about my man's James, this dude is a smart football player. He's one of them guys that throughout his career, he didn't play the offense, defense, middle linebacker, rushed off the edge, played a little bit of a nickel or whatnot. So when I was up there training him, it was easy for him to pick up on a lot of different things of different pass rush moves and techniques. He is a person that the Lions, man, we gonna love them for years to come. We hit it on the ballpoint, and I was just happy for the Lions picking them up. Man, we worked on a lot of great things, a lot of side scissors, cross chop, and the famous dead man that you seen him work on Thanksgiving, and that's a tribute to Al Bubba Baker. Al Bubba Baker used to do that same move back in the day as a great pass rusher for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, isn't he the one that set like the sack record before they even counted sacks? Like his rookie year or something like that?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, yeah, for sure. With Al Bubba, man, there's a lot of great pass rushes throughout the history of the game that hasn't been counted for. But that doesn't take away from their greatness. It's just how it is. This day and age, everybody wants to hear and see the numbers. So the numbers speak, but history always speaks too. The great thing about with James Houston, man, this guy was ready, dog. He was ready, man, and went through a lot in his career from going to Florida, to Jackson State, and then coming to the Lions practice squad. Once he got activated, he put in the time, the work to hit his game, to take his game to another level. And man, we're gonna be hearing James Houston's name for a long time. James Houston, aka the Problem.
The Problem. I love it. I talked about him when he first got in. I was like, he's like a pit bull on the chain that you just got waiting for those passing downs. That you just let him loose. And that is one thing. The Lions used him kind of as a pass rush specialist. Is there more to his game? Can you see him extending that rollout, being a 3-down guy, being a guy you could put out there and running downs as well, or is it just pass rush? Is that what he's all about?
Oh, absolutely, man. James can shoot. James can play special team. James can cover. James is smart. James can be a quarterback, and he can be a quarterback within your defense, man. You can use him for a lot of different places. I like James Houston. Like, think of this like a Clay Matthews, right? Clay Matthews he rushed from the middle back. He rushed from the edge. He dropped. You can use him to create so much different mismatches. And the great thing that you can see with James, man, that adds help and value to Aiden Hutchinson because he doesn't have to get slide protection coming his way. And with James being a great athlete, man, he can bend. He can give him movement. He can work hands. He can cause the mixed match if you line him up inside on the tackle in the V gap. Man, there's a lot of good things that I see with this guy going forward in his future.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier too. He even played like a little bit of linebacker too. Like I think in the Bears game, I see him dropping coverage for a little bit. Like he's kind of like a do it all. But Coach, I should ask this first off, Rip. I apologize, but to our listening audience, you mind like giving us a background on yourself? I know you're a Detroit native, but how'd you come about becoming the pass rush specialist? Because you got a long list of names on here that actually produce in the NFL at a high level.
Oh, absolutely, man. I didn't work with guys like Cam Hayward, Max Crosby, Justin Houston, Grady Jarrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Bud Dupree, You got James Houston. Add James Houston to the list.
Yeah.
A lot of great guys that I was able to put my hands on and work with. And what that helped me, man, I can see when guys got that it factor. And every time when James came to train, he was ready, dog. He was like, Dez, what's the next drill? What's the next working on? And like, you know how that one guy on your team that's like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about with James and whatnot. But a little bit about me, man. I'm a pass rush specialist. Started off as a college coach, and then I switched over to the private coaching training sector. And through left and right, at the end of the day, in the business I'm in, you gotta get production. If you help get the guys production, then the players will come work with you or whatnot. Down here in North Atlanta, I'll go back and forth to Detroit, or I'll bring my Detroit guys down here in Atlanta to come trade with me as well. Coach Dez Walker, but AKA Samurai Sack. They call me Samurai Sack because, you know, I train everybody to use their hands well, and I got that nickname through a NFL draft combine group. It's like, oh snap, he uses hands like a samurai, man. You teach me I'm a samurai. And then, you know, the TV show Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
Samurai Sack came along, so that's how it was a joke. But then I was like, you know what, man? Hey, that's who I am.
We saw, obviously, James use his hands a lot, getting free, getting off those tackles. But a big thing that stood out to me was the bend that he has, how athletic he is to bend around that corner and get around. Can you speak to that a little bit, how common it is to find someone, or not common, with the ability to do that, to get around an offensive tackle?
Yeah, is this something you're teaching, or they got to have it or don't?
Oh, absolutely. You can teach players how to bend. Now, the one thing that you got to have is ankle flexibility. If you got ankle flexibility, put an average rusher on there, oh, he's falling. But the things with James, he can, man, he's so athletic that he can come in, he can almost levitate off the ground. So what this dude is, the move that you see him do is the dead man. The move is called the ghost, but he does a hezzy dead man ghost on that offensive tackle. He comes in, he sells the speed, he slows his motion, and then he bends and drop. When he bends and drop, he's dipping for leverage. But when he brings his shoulder back up, he brings it back up for balance so he won't fall on the ground. There's techniques that you can show guys of how to not fall off the corner and just fall completely to the ground, and how to bring him up to balance right there. Just like, let's put it like this, man. You guys watch a lot of sports, just like a pitcher. So usually with some of the great passers, let's look at Dwight Freeney, for example. Mm-hmm. He was great at his fastball. He was great at his fastball, and he was able to work his spin move off of it. Just like a pitcher, as a pass rusher, you got your fastballs, and you got your curveballs, and you got your changeup. So what James Houston did, he used something called a changeup, which is the dead man. The dead man is a change of pace and a change of rhythm. The minute that they see his shoulders high, the offensive lineman begin to sit down, and hey, he's only 6'1", 6'2", so the minute he bend, he's below the offensive lineman belly button. And we know in this, them 6'7", 6'6" tackle, they don't like playing below their belly button. So he made it hard for him, man. He made it hard for him.
It's already hard enough from the tie of their shoes, you know. He ain't gonna block nobody down there. Coach, we have another defensive end on this team, Aiden Hutchinson. Do you see anything in his game that you would love to get your hands on to help him and mold his game a little bit more, or you think it's just different styles for different folks?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, just like anything else, man, it is different styles that you can rush from, and there's different ways to skin a cat. The one thing I would like to see from Aiden Hutchinson, I would like to continue to see movement off of his power. Like, he loves working a stutter bull. A stutter power and stutter bull is great, but as you get longer into your career, what happens? That power, oh, now my shoulder, now my elbow, now my wrist. Now it's all these different things that's starting to tweak up. I want to see more movement with his move, whether he's working a cross chop, he's working a long arm club, off of his movement. So he has great power, and we knew that coming in. Aiden, he's gonna put his hands on people. But at the same time, I want to see more balance and more mixture, hand-to-hand working together. But overall, man, you know, great rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give it up to him as well. But the next level to see consistency of his pass rush is to see the balance of him using both power as well as finesse and high-performance skill, hand movement, and moves.
So, Coach, I know, you know, Back in my day, I was an all-county DN coming out. I had a couple four sack games. And my favorite was my swim move over the top of a tackle. When someone comes into you, and what is one move that you teach them immediately, or they need to know if they're going to try to get to that next level?
That next level. Well, the first thing guys talk about moves, let me tell you, when guys first come to me, I talk about vision. Vision. Hey, think about this, Woodward Sports. Think about this. You're in a boxing match, right? Close your eyes. Are you going to win the fight? Hell no. So the first thing as a pass rush specialist I go over is where I should look at. My hands, my eyes is going to affect my hands. My eyes is going to affect my get off. So my vision, get off, my hands, my hips, everything got to work together, but everything I start from is for eyes. So once I understand where I'm looking at, that's going to allow me to what? Be decisive. And once I'm understanding I'm decisive, that's going to allow me to play faster. So if I'm playing faster, I think less. If I rep it over and over the time, I don't got to think about it. It becomes a good reaction as well as a proactive move. So I start with their eyes, and then I start working into the hands in the movement. Once we focus on the eyes and they improve their eyes, we focus on the moves at the spot. So ladies and gentlemen at Woodward Sports, if you don't know what the spot is, that is the engagement point of the pass rusher and the offensive lineman. Mm-hmm. You will see a lot of pass rushers throughout the history of career. They're extremely athletic and fast, and you wonder why they don't get sacks. The reason why they don't get sacks is they do not have the IQ or the skill to work moves when they're at the point of engagement. Mm-hmm. That little 1%, the point of engagement can separate a guy from having 3 sacks to 15. So as we work in and then we progress through, whether if you like working your side scissors, your cross chop, you like working your long arm club, you like working your ghost like James Houston. That's the progression of how I teach these guys, and that's the progression of how pass rushers should look at pass rush. From the spot on to the back.
Okay. Coach, we got to pay some bills. You mind hanging out with us through a break? We come back, ask you about some of the upcoming prospects?
Man, pay them bills, man. I'm here,
Let's go. Appreciate you, Coach.
Stand up, man. I'm here, man.
Let's go. All right, guys. Detroit Lions obviously on the up and up after being the number 2 overall pick in the draft, and they grabbed Aiden Hutchinson. But it's because the rebuild, uptime matters, and they probably went to Alta Equipment because that's where
uptime
matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up. Alta Rent has you covered. Make sure you guys give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. This is the Woodward Heavyweights on WoodwardSports.com. We'll be right back with Samurai Sack.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foldingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on the new improved WoodwardSports.com. Those scores, by the way, Spin, you had the odds next to them. I just noticed that this morning, too. That is pretty dope. I'm your boy, Eazy, joined by my guy, Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We're also joined by Coach Dez Walker, a.k.a. Samurai Sack. If you guys don't know, you're with James Houston. What up, man? I wanted to ask you, because obviously I know you're working with Keon White, who's been making some name or some waves after the Senior Bowl and Senior Bowl practices. But is there any other up-and-comers you got in this 2023 class with you that you can see making some waves as soon as they get an opportunity on the field?
Oh, absolutely, man. I've been working with my guy Miles Murphy since the 10th grade. Miles Murphy has been a guy that throughout his whole history of his career, man, he was able to stand up. He was able to have his hands down. He was able to play inside the tackles, outside the tackles. So it makes him a very versatile threat and an extremely great contributor once he gets drafted. I believe he's projected to be somewhere in the top 20, top 15, Miles Murphy. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see him. A great combination of both speed and power as well as finesse, man. I'm looking forward for Miles Murphy coming out of Clemson into this year's draft.
Yeah, when you're looking at Miles Murphy, they're talking about he could even be up there in the top 10. Even that's a guy that the Lions are looking at as somebody they could add to that rotation. And just like, how important is it for – because I talked about this when we talked about Aiden Hutchinson at the beginning of the year. I said he was getting too much snap count. He was playing 95% of snaps. And you look at guys like Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, different players like that. They're playing, 80s to at the high side 90s. How important is it for that kind of rest throughout the game for a pass rusher or an edge rusher to kind of get that burst, keep that burst when it really counts in the fourth quarter or the second half of games?
Oh, man, you hit on the point, man. Man, you need help. The one thing that helps a pass rusher is help. If you got, let's take a look at how Von Miller's situation at the Broncos. He didn't have help.
Mm-hmm.
Chubb was hurt. Malik Reed was in and out of the rotation, man. So as a rotation, that helps. But I got a big but for you. Let me add this in. Man, don't make no excuse for Aiden, man. He got some young legs. Let him go out there and make it. I feel you, man. Go let him make it. What they say? Go let him go through the trial and error period, man, and that help a lot. But hey, I see you be on Madden GM mode.
Yeah.
That rotation. The rotation does help a lot as well. But I'll say this: him being a younger player, getting the experience, throwing him in the fire, that can help a player down the line, especially in his confidence coming into the next season. So, yeah, and I'm not making no excuse for Aiden. He still got work, man.
With Aiden, do you see any similarities to guys that you've worked with in the past that are having success in the league, like a Max Crosby or anything like that? And not just because they're white, I swear.
No. Hey, let me talk to you something. They'll say that all the time because, like, when Aiden was coming, I was talking to somebody. They was like, "Hey, man, you know what Aiden reminds me of?" And this is when he got drafted. Man, he can be like Kyle Vanderbosch. I'm like, they just the first white edge for the Detroit Lions, man.
Jared Allen. I remember that too, yeah.
Now, I'll say this. I don't want to particularly put him, but I would say this. I would put him in the category, between 6'5", 6'7", them taller big D ends with the Mario Williams, the Julius Peppers, the bigger ends. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me another. Not Chandler Jones, taller, not necessarily the play style, but like the bigger ends that has a lot of speed to power and just a little bit of wiggle. So I like him in that upper echelon type deal with Aiden Hutchinson being a bigger end that could. They had him standing up this year, which is something that was quite interesting. My full evaluation as Aiden, man, he's a true 4-3 defensive end. I'm keeping his hand in the dirt. But, hey, the more you can do, the more they pay you. So, hey, I'm not hating on you, young blood. Get your money, man.
That's facts.
Speaking of bigger ends and bigger pass rushers, the Lions have a guy in John Kaminsky, who they moved all. This is a big man. They moved him all throughout the line. How important can a guy like that, who can play on the inside and get some pass rush, he can play on the outside and get some pass rush, move him around? How hard is that to do as a player, to just constantly move around positions but still have the same effectiveness?
Shoot, hard enough to do, man. That's hard enough to find.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be real. The Lions, we won Fletcher Cox, Vita Vea, Grady Jarrett, AD. We one of them interior guys that can put us over the hump, and we'll see another reincarnation of the Silverbacks for the Detroit Lions, man. The front seven.
Yeah, the heavies.
We are missing one, man. And the same to you. I want to see Kaminsky. I want to see more consistency out of him. I see a lot of good, him moving inside and outside. But when I mean consistency in the production as well as being disruptive. You know what I mean? Because if you be disruptive, you got Aiden and you got James on both sides. One of them gonna clean it up. But Detroit Lions fans, we are one. And just hope it falls into our lap, whether it's the later round or the early rounds this draft. We are one interior guy that's dominant on the run as well as a threat in the pass rush away from being a dominant front four, front seven, just like the Philadelphia Eagles. We are one away, man. One.
Yeah, and that's a guy I look at that I saw that they could get in the second round is, I don't know if you've seen his tape or worked with him at all, Sekai Ika out of Baylor. This man, 365 pounds. He can get after the quarterback. He can stop the run. And how important is that to an edge rusher to have a guy on the interior that can also produce some pressure on the quarterback?
Man, boy, I know you was getting sacks back in the day.
Yeah,
man.
we heavyweights, baby.
I appreciate you leading me in, but you saying some things in the point. Absolutely, that's important, man. That's called what? Integrity of the pass rush. Let's say this, guys. You got a pass rush, right? If you got pass rushers all coming, but one is what? One is forward, these two are back, and they're not on the same court, what the quarterback going to do? He's just going to step up. Interior, exterior, whether you run an ET, exit stunts, Pirates, or whatnot, you got to have rush integrity both on the inside as well as on the edge to what? Trap the quarterback just like it's a cage, man. You got to have everything working together in continuity. So I'm one of the skill coaches at the Von Miller Pass Rush Summit. And Von Miller, one thing he said about his interior, he always took care of them. The reason why he took care of them is he noticed he has over 100 plus sacks. He realized that over like 50, 55, 60 of them was off of games. You know why? Because the interior guys were doing a great job pinning the offensive tackle and allowing Von Miller to come in. You got to have continuity, chemistry, however you would like to interpret it in the line, and that helps a lot, man.
Yeah, one of the best defenses we've seen as Detroit Lions fans was the interior. When Ziggy Ansah, Cliff Averill, all the guys were eating off of Sue, and Nick Fairley causing chaos in the middle. But you said Detroit Lions need that, and I'm fully in agreement. I caught myself actually last night watching a little bit of Kalaja Kancey. Speaking of Samurai Sack, he's nasty with the hands, a little bit undersized. But as a Detroit Lions fan, Keanu Benton's another name I like too. Spinny was talking about these big guys.
Yeah, my God.
What silverbacks would you like to fall into Detroit's hands? Like, which ones, I guess, inspire you the most as a Detroit Lions fan?
Man, Keanu Benton, man, he's gonna be a sleeper. And I hope these scouts do their homework because he's gonna fall in earlier than what a lot of people would think, man. He can move. He can play the run. He's extremely aggressive and he's serious. Been working with Keanu Benton for this last year, and man, he's ready. He's coming in with a toolbox, and he's going to be a plug-in guy, a rotational guy right away when he gets into a team. But he has quick. He's like this. He reminds me of a DJ Reader. I would say at this age of where DJ was before he came out, a slightly more polished pass rusher as a DJ Reader. But, you know, when you get compared to the highest paid nose guard in the league, that's a great comparison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I saw, you know, I'm a Spartan dog myself. I saw, you know, some of the guys follow you. You know, Kenny Willekes, Shlee Calhoun, all the guys like that.
Yeah.
Who out of Michigan State exactly? Who would you say that you've worked with the best that was really had that knack? Because I love my guy Naquan Jones too. So who would you have worked with out of Michigan State that you said had the best instincts?
So let me talk about man Kenny Willekes is a. I know he's been hurt a lot, but don't let that fool you, man. It's a reason why he's still with them. Kenny Willekes is a dog of dogs. If it was levels of dogness or whatnot, you can't see my head. That's the level of Kenny Willekes dog. So the thing with Kenny, y'all know the story. You know, he was in that transitional period of it wasn't normal for guys to sit out during college. I don't know if y'all can follow me with that story. During the time he was going into the bowl game, top player coming out. You know, got hurt, had to come back for another season. I think he was second team All Big Ten as well. Did a great job with his pro day and everything. He was ready. I love Kenny Willekes, man. He loves the craft. Man, he's them type of guys. He'll be in the gym all day and every day. And as he gets healthier and healthier, there's a reason that they keep going. You know how when Joel Embiid didn't play for the last couple, I can see that with Kenny. You know what I mean? Kenny as a Spartan, hey man, you guys should be a proud Spartan dog as Kenny continues throughout his career. Another Spartan dog that I like, Wayne County finest himself, William Ghostin, man.
Hell yeah.
Just got off of his 10th year. And if you guys don't know, man, especially nowadays in football, guys, shoot, you play 4 years, you a vet, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
10 years, you know, you damn near about to retire or whatnot. But anyway, he's a candidate of the, I think, Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Man, I like Will Ghostin. Every time I see him, we work together, we always talk trash, like, hey, man, Wayne County finest, raising good kids or whatnot, man. He's, he's going to a transitional period of like, dang, man, I didn't came this far. And he still got some juice left, man. And I like the way that he approaches the game of being, focusing on being technically sound and understanding who he is as a player. Man, William Ghostin, great guy, man.
Hell yeah.
Coach.
Who else I give you stories of? Oh, well, not just Michigan State. I'm going to move on just to the state. Max Crosby, that's my dude.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
He is a dog.
That's a really good, I mean, he's a astounding person, man. He's as humble as he can be. His attention to detail and his love of the craft is what sets him apart, man. So a lot of guys will be like, hey, Dez, I want to be in the NFL. I'm strong, I'm fast, I'm big. I mean, you going to say that to the rest of the league? Everyone's big, strong, fast, the whole blah, about it. But the one thing, listen, Woodward Sports, the one thing that separates a lot of guys, especially as being a pass rusher, you got to be a smart pass rusher. You got to be a smart pass rusher. Smart pass rushers are the ones that can take it to the next level. Not dumb people. Not dumb pass rushers. They don't do what the greats do. And as a smart pass rusher, Max Crosby, we was on FaceTime with Max, right? And he was talking to our guys. He was talking to Keanu Benton. He was talking to Keon White, Marcus Cushing, Bryce Brent. We had a group of guys that, that going to be at the next level. He was talking to them. Man, he had, and his whiteboard, he had a list of players of all the people that he looked up to and wanted to be like, or not necessarily be like, but admire of where they were and where they need to be. And the next thing on his other board, it was like Dexter Laboratory. What move he's gonna do on this play? What?
That's crazy.
What he did against Cincinnati 2 years ago? What he gonna do this year against Cincinnati coming into the next season? So Max, man, he's Matt. That's why he's Mad Dog Max, man. I mean, if he was on a better team, he would have been in the running for DPOI.
Yeah.
But you know how it goes. When you're on a bad team, you don't get the recognition as you should, especially in the voting and in the committees and blase. So he was pretty good, man. Another
Coach.
Michigan who, Thomas and Kuhn. Thomas and Kuhn out of Central Michigan. He was 4th in the nation of sacks this year, I believe. Yep, 4th in the nation as well. He was in the Senior Bowl as well. I can see him getting into a situation where he will get drafted to a good team and fit in the rotation as a pass rusher that's going to be slept on. Man, I'm looking forward to Thomas and Kuhn coming out of Central Michigan this year. Has great bend, great get off. He's a hell of a leader and a hell of a teammate, man. So you want high energy guys like that in your room, and some other Michigan guys say.
Coach, I appreciate you taking the time. No, you're good, man. I appreciate you taking time to join us here. I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna ask you like 2 quick questions. First,
talk to me, man.
Where can people find you, and if they want to send your kids to you, where can they do that at? And then also, if you're Brad Holmes at number 6, who are you taking in this year's draft?
Okay. I'm gonna go to. Dang, man, I put it on me like that, man. I'm number 6 in the draft. I am taking. Man, I can't do that, man. I'm as neutral as possible. Man.
That makes sense.
Sacks, man. I'm gonna leave. I ain't gonna fall for that, man. I'm gonna leave that out. I'm gonna leave that one out. But I'm taking a guy that can fluctuate, that can play both. That's a primary inside guy, but he can flex out and play the 5 and play the 6. So anyone that can play on from the 3 to the 6, that's the guy I'm taking at the
Miles
6
Murphy?
overall pick.
Sound like Miles Murphy a little bit now. I'm just saying. Coach, I appreciate you joining us, man. Coach, where can people find you if they want to get their kids trained under you?
Okay, no problem, man. I'm Coach Dez Walker, a.k.a. Samurai Sack. You can reach me at my IG at DEZ__55, or you can call me at 833-222-7225. That's 833-222-7225, and I will get your kid ready. If you want your son to go to D1, I'm your guy. If you want your son to go to the league, I'm your guy. If you want your son just to be okay, I'm not your guy. People when they want to become the part of 1% of football that does 1% things. That's when they That's when they come to me. Hey man, live life every day like it's 3rd and 8.
Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you so much. It's a great interview.
We'll get you back on when we get close to the draft.
Definitely.
No problem, man. Woodward Sports. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Coach.
You, Coach Dez the man.
That was dope. Coach Dez the man. Yeah, Samurai Sack. That's a dope ass nickname too.
That is a dope ass.
I love Samurai Jack. That was my show growing up. So
I know, nerd.
Fire.
Hey, chill.
No, that show was fire.
Yeah, Samurai Jack's fire show. But yeah, what a great interview, man. So make sure you check him out. He had his Instagram up there. If you got a kid you want to get into the league, Coach Dez is your guy. He'll get him there. And if you got a kid you want to get in the league, then you need to get that workout in. And best place to do it is at Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. Tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. And from February 6th to February 16th, you can bring your big fitness energy and join for just $1 down and $10 a month. Hurry up, because the offer ends soon. Remember, it ends February 16th, so make sure you get in there. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been, I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The Monroe Street Midway is swapped out roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and putt-putt. With free entry to the site, you can enjoy a variety of activities aimed at creating an exceptional winter experience for everyone. So make sure you get down to the Midway this winter to enjoy some tasty treats while making magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. Those tasty treats include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogi, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies, so everyone has something to eat. And coming soon, the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics, where you can compete against Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam, Ryan Ermanni, Jeff Iafredi, the Woodward Heavyweights, and all of the Woodward Sports family in Monroe Street Midway games. Make sure you go check out the Monroe Street Midway, presented by Bedrock Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
We got your Chris and the TD Booth, JP Smooth along with us. We just wrapped up an interview with Coach Dez Walker, James Houston's pass rush coach. Honestly, I could have kept that one going for ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because I even still have questions like if you still worked with the guys throughout the season, how many times these teams try to recruit them. Like,
yeah, we got to get him back on for sure. That was a great interview.
Yeah.
Great interview.
I just felt
a lot
bad.
of knowledge, too.
Yeah.
Made me feel good when he's like, I know you were getting some sacks. I was like, yeah, I was. I used to create havoc in that backfield, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I told you about me and Quantez. We used to do the stunts. Like, I was left end and Quantez was the left tackle.
Yeah.
And so, like, we were tight. So we would work on stuff. And, like, he'd roll under. I'd jump over right before the snap. And, like, the offensive lineman wouldn't know what to do.
You got to have gotten, like, messed up one time doing that, no?
No.
Never.
No, never.
I remember I used to play offensive guard, and no, it was not. It was when I was at Frazier. It could have been center line. We did play center line, but you were younger than me.
Yeah.
But anyway, they tried doing that, and I just sat down, lay down. Because the dude who went under was like, my guys, grabbed his shoulder, laid down.
Yeah.
But he talked about my guy. I'm telling you, Spinny, he was buzzing during Senior Bowl week 2.
Keanu
Benton.
Yeah.
Here's a little trick for anybody who was like wants to sound smart. Any collegiate player who's tweeting somewhere between like that 3rd or 4th round and have a wrestling background, if it's a defensive lineman and or linebacker, I'm telling you, Spinny, pick that guy as your sleeper. I'm starting to feel like that's the trait because I look at Keanu Benton, I'm reading stuff about him, former wrestler, obviously Malcolm Rodriguez, state champion. It's just it's hardcore. And anybody who's ever been in those rooms, they go hard.
It's better, man. Yeah, it's my offensive line coach was the wrestling coach in my school too.
Yeah,
he used to Spencer, come wrestle. Come wrestle.
Did it. You probably could have went somewhere you wrestled.
He told me, he was like, I'd give you, well, I could have went somewhere even if I didn't wrestle, but I didn't. I could have gotten every D2 college in the state. You know what I'm saying? Every D2 college in the state wanted Spenny. But I was, he was like, I'll make you all state. You'll be all state wrestler. I was like, Dave, I'm already all state swimmer. Like, I'm not going to just stop doing that after 9 years. But it helps with body control. It helps with balance.
Yeah.
A lot of different things, especially on the offensive line and defensive line when you need that low center of gravity. And, like Coach Dez was talking about the bend and different things like that. Wrestling definitely helps with a lot of those aspects.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, like wrestling in itself is like maneuvering somebody else's body to your will, like wherever the hell you want it. Like if you're a defensive lineman especially, I feel like that's a great trait to have. And you hear Samurai Sack and being his nickname, you get their hands on somebody. That is like what I've learned. I'm not saying like I claim to know this like my whole entire life. What I learned through Scott and just watching other like film people on YouTube is like that first point of contact for the defensive. Exactly, actually, coach said it too. The first point of contact. That's what's most important. What you do from then on, because they have to react to you. Like I'm saying, it's offensive.
And once those big uglies, the offensive linemen get their hands on you, man, it's harder to. So you got to chop the hands, do whatever you got to do. So. It was impressive, man, and that was a cool ass interview.
That was dope.
And dude, I asked him about the Spartan Dogs. I saw some of the guys I was following were following him, and Kenny Willekes is a problem, man. If he can stay healthy, I think he's still on the Vikings, so hopefully he's not too much of a problem. But I loved Kenny Willekes at State. He was a monster.
Did you catch the Senior Bowl at all?
A little bit.
Anybody stand out to you or?
Not really. I mean, it's kind of washed. They're not really. I mean, some guys are trying hard to make a name for themselves, but
they're all trying hard to make a name.
You already got enough tape on these guys, so they don't have to go and.
They're going hard.
Show out.
Oh, come on! That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
That's the guys who don't go. The guys in the shoot situation you're talking about. Yeah. They don't go. The guys who like need the extra tape. That's where they're at.
Yeah.
Keanu Benton just played himself to the top.
Yeah, some
I'd
guys,
say top 75
a couple
player
guys,
now.
but not everybody. I'm not saying it's a Pro Bowl or anything, but it's not like.
No, they're going out.
Super intense.
I was on his Instagram. Great follow too if you're like a pass rush nerd or if you just want to see some up and coming guys. Because as he said, he trains them all. He's been with Miles Murphy since like 10th grade on. But he actually posted a clip of his conversation with Max Crosby to Keon White. I actually didn't know that he worked with Keanu Benton, but Keon was asking him like Max Crosby because Max Crosby 4th round 5th round pick out of Eastern Michigan. He told him Keon he's like, look up who's going to be blocking you on the other side of the line, watch the tape and be ready to make an impact. And that's one of the names popping off after the Senior Bowl is Keon White. Another guy last year, a dude from Florida State, Trey Johnson. He's at the Jets now.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't even know. Any names that popped off to you during the Senior Bowl, JB?
Not really, just because I really wasn't, kind of paying attention to the Senior Bowl. I was kind of watching the Pro Bowl a little bit.
Did you bet on the Pro Bowl?
Huh?
Did you bet on the Pro Bowl?
I did not this time.
All right.
Well, that'd been gross if you did.
Flag football Pro Bowl.
Flag football Pro Bowl. Yeah, it was kind of boring. I'm not
you
gonna
watched
lie.
the Pro Bowl over the Senior Bowl?
I didn't watch a second of the Pro Bowl.
I did.
Not a second.
I watched.
Shit was trash.
I tried to watch. I mean, It depends. It's you watch mindless television anyway, right? Like, I'd probably rather watch that than baseball. Nah, I don't know. It wasn't that good.
I wouldn't.
I watched Jared Goff's reps at QB.
I didn't.
Wasn't great.
He did better in the precision passing contest than that flag football thing.
Yeah, it was not a good look for your boy. They actually kind of like low-key disrespected him. Out of all the quarterbacks, that was the one they blitzed.
Yeah.
Just because, he
can't run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got his ass a couple times. He did a nasty ass touchdown to T.J. Hawkinson, though.
Yeah, I saw that.
Probably should have been picked off, but still. He got where it needed to
Thread
be.
the needle.
Yeah, that was wild.
He put it down his ankle so he can make the catch. I don't give a shit about the Pro Bowl, though.
We get it, man. Relax.
That's just trash.
I watch it.
I won't.
I watch the Lions. I watch the Lions out of it.
I was watching Billy Madison.
Speaking of Jared Goff, you were watching Adam Sandler all weekend. You were texting the group chat.
There was like four movies on a row. I was just chilling there.
I ain't mad at you. Speaking of Jared Goff, I guess I got something I want to touch on that when we get back from here. A little bit something to do with the draft. I don't want to piss too many people off. We'll get into that, but not before you tell us about SMA, Spinny.
I will, because SMA or the sports marketing agencies, the home... What? What'd you say?
For the people who are sad because they wasted their time watching the Pro Bowl.
People who had to watch the Pro Bowl. You can hit up SMA or the sports marketing agency because they help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Downtown Detroit's all decked out with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway's got giant slide, window bumper cars, and the indoor arcade where you grab drinks before or after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Avenue live over sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guys Demo Rack. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button, support the boys. Before we went to break, I teased our Jared Goff topic. And typically when I speak on Jared Goff, it tends to piss some of the gobblers off. But in this instance, I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I had I don't want to say coming to over the weekend.
You had a day of reckoning?
Day of reckoning. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, you know how like
epiphany?
Yeah, I guess so. Just going back and forth with like some of the gobblers on Twitter, and I just hate when they pull Rob Colosio and just like pull some shit out of their ass, just make something up or assumption about you, like, oh, you probably want Lamar Jackson. Like, that's far from the truth. If anybody watches the show or pays attention, no, I don't want to pay Lamar or any quarterback $50 million. I don't hate Goff as much as I hate his contract. That's the basis of it. But I wanted to spare some people some ammunition, or just kind of save them from making themselves look stupid. And I want to get out in front of this one. Is, you know, I've been pretty good at predicting long-term things, and one of the ones I want to predict for the upcoming draft, Spinny, is the Detroit Lions will not select the quarterback with the number 6 or 18 overall pick, in my opinion, unless the only way I can see it happening, and I can't even see this situation happening, is a C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. I just feel like those are the names that you'd be stupid not to take.
Can't pass on.
Yeah, you just can't pass on those ones. But I just don't even see that being an opportunity for them to deal with. I mean, there's going to be other teams trading up that want quarterbacks or need quarterbacks. But ultimately, to save you guys, like, I don't want this to come at me. I'll be pissed off. I know it's still going to come because people are stupid.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Detroit Lions are going quarterback. I really don't. I think Jared Goff has earned his.
You don't think
his
Anthony
next year.
Richardson is on their minds? They
At 18?
went and viewed that. Well, he's probably not going to be there at 18.
Yeah.
But they went and viewed him a lot more than any other team.
I mean, if it's a situation like that, I mean, I feel like they'd have to make a move. I don't see them pulling the trigger for him at 6. A little bit too steep for me, in my opinion. But maybe they just did that to increase odds of Carolina making a move for him or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the Raiders. The Raiders going to be in there too. Although if I'm the Raiders, I'm moving hell, heaven, and earth to get Aaron Rodgers on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Pair him up with Devontae Adams. You still got Max Crosby, we was talking about in that defense, and Chandler Jones. I'd keep an eye out if that happened. But I don't. Not even for Anthony Richardson. I really just think. I was thinking, Jared Goff has built chemistry within the offense.
Yeah.
He's built chemistry with Ben Johnson. More importantly, obviously Ben Johnson trusts him enough or respect him enough to sit down and kind of help create the playbook, and more so just obviously being a good coach and tailoring to like his strengths and weaknesses with that. But also when I look at that side of the ball, like for like leaders and stuff like that, it's Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
As much as he's not like the leader of the offense, he's more so like the facilitator of everything moving around. Who else? I can't point to any other name on that side of the ball. Maybe Amon-Ra, and say that's the leader of the team.
Yeah.
Whereas like a
Penei Sewell.
Yeah, Penei Sewell. But even then, he's kind of younger. Jared Goff has been places. I'm talking, NFC championships, literally the effing Super Bowl. Outside of maybe Penei, maybe Amon-Ra, that's who you point to. I feel like I thought about, was another scenario similar to this where they still drafted a quarterback. I thought of Jimmy G. But when I looked at the Jimmy G offense, I feel like George Kittle is the leader of that one. You know what I'm saying? The locker room guy or whoever's like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Who's speaking in the huddle like, let's get this shit right. Like, I think it's Goff. And I think he played well enough last year to where they kind of give him another opportunity to see what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that's still not on the mind of Brad Holmes. Obviously, we spoke about the Hendon Hooker situation. If he's there on a day 3 pick, I think that's a home run, slam dunk, one hell of a pick. But even then, too, I used to have another opportunity to take a quarterback in the 2024 class. And we know Brad Holmes isn't scared to hold his nuts and put him on the table for like what he truly believes in. If he moved up for Jameson Williams, I'm sure he'll do the same for a quarterback he believes in. But I just don't think it's going to happen in the first round.
Yeah.
I think Jared Goff, deservedly so, has bought himself another year to see if they could actually win with him at the helm.
Oh, for sure. No, and that's what I've been saying. I want to go defense in the first round. I think they're definitely going to grab a quarterback eventually, but not in the first round. No way. I didn't think that was going to happen at all. I've been saying the whole time Joey Porter Jr. and Jalen Carter. Obviously, Jalen Carter's not going to happen, but I saw Lucas told us somebody put out a mock draft for the Lions did trade back with the Carolina Panthers and ended up getting that first round pick in the teens, and they got Christian Gonzalez. And I'm really, really big on the prospect of them getting one of those cornerbacks very early in this draft, because I think those 3 are going to be studs: Witherspoon, Gonzalez, and Porter.
Yeah.
And so I'd be really happy with them getting one of those guys early. Or, like you said, if Miles Murphy is there, we've seen Tyree Wilson mocked to them a couple times. You can never have enough playmakers on that defensive line. You can never have enough guys that can chase after the quarterback, guys that can get in that rotation and cause havoc in the backfield. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'd wanted them to go defense this whole time, and we'll see in the later round. I do expect them to get a quarterback at some point because they're going to need a better option than Nate Sudfeld as their backup.
Yeah.
So whether it be a Hendon Hooker, who we saw Ray Agnew talking with, whether it be a Clayton Tune, who's a guy that I was very excited about when we did our first look over the draft and look over the quarterback situations late, or Dorian Thompson-Robinson, somebody like that late. But they're going to get a guy, but not going to be in the first round. Not a chance.
Yeah. Galloping Lake 6 in World Sports Chat says, why would you draft a quarterback that's only 2 years younger than Goff and is coming off a major knee surgery? He's actually 3 years younger than Goff. Hendon Hooker just turned 25. Goff is 28, going to be 29 this season. I mean, especially a day 3 pick. That is every sport expression you could think that is like the highlight of the game. That is the equivalent if you take Hendon Hooker and a day 3 pick, in my opinion. I mean, you get a guy that's younger, you get a guy that's mobile. Remind you, he tore his ACL in November, I believe it was. Like, you're still going to get work out of him this first year, and then you have the opportunity to build around him the same way Jalen Hurts has been built around over in Philadelphia. With newsflash, hey, they're playing in the Super Bowl this Sunday. You get a second-round quarterback he'd be a day 3 pick at that point. He's a 4th-round quarterback on that rookie deal. You have so much more money to build around him. I'm sick of having the same damn arguments, bro, but whatever. Even Jared Goff, perfect example. You can win the fucking Super Bowl on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
I just don't get the argument against that stuff. But I think in the first round, they're in the clear. I know you want cornerback. I want cornerback. But after speaking to Coach just now, Coach Dez Walker, it sounds like he wants interior defensive lineman, which is nothing I'm opposed to. But after hearing the conversation with him, like what excites you more now? Is it still that cornerback, or like the prospect of like Miles Murphy, Houston, Aiden?
Miles Murphy would be really nice. Miles Murphy or Tyree Wilson would be a very nice addition. And if you can, I really want to lock up one of those top 3 cornerbacks really bad. And if you think one of those guys is still going to be there at 18, then go for it. But man, it would suck to miss out on one of them. That is the biggest need on this team, in my opinion. Yeah.
And the way I evaluate this stuff, maybe I should, because obviously we make content and screaming does well. I mean, Stephen A. Smith has got a show for a reason. Skip Bayless got a show for a reason. But, like, I'm really open to, like, either or. And I've always been that way. Because I feel like, especially at the cornerback position this draft, like, I couldn't argue and tell you there's not someone available even past 18. If you look at Emmanuel Forbes or Cam Smith, like, those names are still going to be there. Those are 2 names I still like. At 18, Joey Porter, I mean, even one of those guys might be there at 18, you know?
Quite possibly.
So that I don't know. Coach got me thinking. He got the.
I'd love to see Kelly Ringo go before one of those guys.
For us?
No, like to see him go off the board before one of those guys.
Oh yeah, so they're still there.
So they're still there.
Yeah. I think Ringo. I think he's like early second right now.
I think so. Yeah, he's probably going to shoot up if he runs his 40, because I guess he ran like a 4.3 at his pro day or something like that.
But you notice that come out like after he was mocked in the second round. Yeah. Like that's just how.
Oh yeah,
that's
propaganda.
How agents do. Yeah,
propaganda for sure. But I mean, I think he'd still be a good player, but he is probably 5th or 6th on my cornerbacks rankings.
Kelly
Ringo.
Yeah.
I'd put him behind Forbes. I like Forbes a lot, but even Cam Smith.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, he's probably 6th on my cornerback rankings out of who I'd like to see the Lions get.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with like who's my number 1. I think it's still Witherspoon at this point. I mean,
mine's Gonzalez.
In press coverage,
because he knows David Blau.
Because he knows David Blau.
Yeah.
In press coverage, which is like something we know Aaron Glenn likes to run, the man coverage, he's only allowed 1 yard.
Yeah.
1 receiving yard in press coverage. That's the stuff that concerns me. 183 pounds, only like 6 foot. Obviously, you and I both like the bigger cornerbacks, which is what Christian Gonzalez is. Yeah. But then I had to like dive into like the NFL and see who what corners fit that build. Yair Alexander, one of the best corners in the league. He's only 5'10", 190. So that's still actually some more pounds. I mean,
you could still be good and not be a big cornerback. But I prefer big corner. Like Christian Gonzalez is a big guy who doesn't play like a big guy. Like he's quick and he's fast to the ball. He's got great ball skills, but he's also very long and very athletic. So I don't know. I watched his tape, but I fell in love with him.
Yeah. I actually saw this twice in the Woodward Sports Chat. Maybe we'll touch on it when we come back real quick from break. But Malik Cunningham, I gotta rerun that Pro Bowl
out of Louisville, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The quarterback. That's the guy that he likes a lot. I heard from our guy Booner that he looked pretty damn good at the Senior Bowl. I have to dive into to watch that. Maybe the name Malik scares me at this point. I don't know.
You got PTSD.
Yeah, I got PTSD
from Malik TSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's, because you can come into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's is open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win.
Woodward Sports,
Detroit's winning sports network.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex. We got young Chris in the TV booth.
Oh.
JB Smooth and 1 2 is what?
So I know you're in the BDE chat from time to time. And
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in the other show's chats.
I missed it today.
But Brandon Katz, you know Brandon Katz?
I know, like, he's like his name comes up.
He's a hot take artist.
Okay.
He has beef with Joey a lot.
Okay.
He said that this is not a deep class for cornerback.
Well, I mean, I would even acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know Brandon Katz. I don't want to disrespect Brandon Katz, but like,
No, you can disrespect Brandon Katz. Sorry.
but
it's allowed. D-Mac dunks on him all the time.
When there's conversations, and mind you too, like these are going to be like guys that are perceived as guys, with Christian Gonzalez and Witherspoon, which one's like CB1, like that's kind of.
Kelly Ringo, who was CB1, is now saying he's going to go in the second round.
Joey Porter Jr. has like the longest arms of any cornerback we've ever seen, on top of just having that bloodline, the NFL bloodline that's pairs very well in the NFL. We've seen Patrick Surtain, Sante Samuel Jr., J.C. Horn. Like, this is a deep, at least the first 2 rounds for sure. Emmanuel Forbes, who literally has like the FBS records.
Yeah, the guy's an idiot, man.
For interceptions. I mean, this is, that's a silly thing.
He pulled a Robert Close the other day and tried to yell at me. He's like, that's why Spencer thinks Lane Johnson is the best left tackle in football. I was like, the fuck? I was like, when did I ever say that?
That's really random and specific.
Yeah, well, he was like, because Lane Johnson's not even a left tackle. I was like, I've never said that in my life. I said Trent Williams is the best left tackle in football.
Trent Williams is the best.
He's the best offensive lineman in football. I was like, I've never said that before, and he just stopped talking.
I'd probably just go with like.
It's funny though. It's funny. It's entertainment. He's like the guy that you just keep in the corner and throw peanuts at to make laugh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Again, I don't even acknowledge that type of stuff. That's kind of silly. Andrew Klingerman, the Woodward Sports Chat, says Gonzalez not a fan of him. Was probably. Oh, I'm sorry. There he goes. Not a fan of Witherspoon. Doesn't fit our defense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's saying Gonzalez is the guy. Not a fan of Witherspoon. Doesn't fit our defense.
I like Witherspoon. I'm not a fan of. I prefer Gonzalez for sure, but Witherspoon is very physical, man. He brings a lot of physicality to. He lays the boom on some people.
Yeah. So like I'm with you, right? You see that on the tape. Like you put on the tape, and he's doing that. But like at 6 foot, 180 pounds, is he doing that in the NFL?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not like. Remember Devontae Smith coming out, like the numbers he put up in Alabama were above Julio Jones. Obviously, smaller guy.
Yeah.
But that was the concern, right? He's only 183 pounds.
He had 1,000 yards this year. Like
did he?
Yeah.
Damn, good for him.
He had a great year.
Fuck yeah, that's dope. I'm happy for him.
It's an impressive year for him for sure. And he was playing this. I mean, it helps when you're playing next to AJ Brown. But it's I think he'll still be a good player in the NFL for sure. And he's definitely going to put on more weight when he gets to the league. Puts on gets in the gym, gets on a nutritionary plan, puts on some muscle. But I'd still prefer Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like Witherspoon specifically. I just don't know if he's doing that to like the grown ass men we see in the league today. But maybe he's not assigned with that. Like if that's a situation they got going on, I'm sure Jeff Okudah would be the guy they put on a DK Metcalf. Although it didn't work out this year.
Yeah.
Or the bigger human beings, wide receiving human beings, I feel like you'd put Jeff on, and then Witherspoon on the other side. But at the same time, Witherspoon's supposed to be the shutdown guy. I don't know, man. I can't think of like too many small guys.
Give me Gonzo, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He knows David Blau. It's enough.
It's enough for me. CBS Sports has Carter falling to the Lions. MPWMU.
No way.
MPWMU. If you're on Twitter, if you could send me that, I would love to. I try to pretend in my head.
Jalen Carter falls to the Lions. I'll cream in my shorts. That would be a dream scenario.
Yeah.
And then you trade up to make sure you get Christian Gonzalez as well.
Oh my, that'd be nasty.
That's what I would trade one of those second round picks, move up 5 spots to make sure I get Christian Gonzalez.
I saw another PFF mock that had Branch. It took Branch at number 18, the safety.
I don't understand that. I
Thank
see
you.
so many people
Thank you.
having the Lions draft safeties. I mean, safety is a strength on the Lions roster right now. Like, I don't understand. Arguably, 2 of their best 5 players on defense are both safeties.
Yeah.
I understand wanting depth, but like, if he was solid when he was out there, when he was playing safety, so I don't understand that.
Well, it's one of those situations too, and I'll go to OCC and look up his contract. But the Detroit Lions literally just re-signed Tracy Walker. It's his second deal. It's a big money deal for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're looking forward to moving on from him that quickly. I mean,
I don't think so.
Is Branch that great of a prospect? Brian Branch, who's an Alabama guy, right?
Yeah.
Is he that like out cold? I mean, you know me. JB, you watch more college ball than me. Are you familiar with Brian Branch?
I am
camera's out?
not.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, my camera's out. So I'm not really familiar with him, but I could probably do some research on him real quick.
Spinny?
No, yeah, he's a good player. He's a great player. He's an eraser in the back end for sure. He's the best safety in class for sure. But like, again, not going safety in the first 4 picks. Not a chance. You don't need that. That's not something that would, it'd help your team, but it's not something that you're in a dire need. Like, the dire needs on this team are defensive tackle and cornerback.
Yeah, so next year, the Detroit Lions are paying Tracy Walker $11 million of the cap space. If they were to cut him, they lose $1 million, and then the following year is $10 million. They could save $8 million if they cut him at that point. Look, I'm not familiar with Brian Branch, so I can't speak on it wholeheartedly and convincingly and pound my fist to the table, which I'll do the homework tonight. I mean, I've seen him multiple times in my Twitter mentions. Player. Yeah, if he's one of those guys, and then I'm looking at saving $8 million the following year from Tracy, all due respect. I mean, maybe I don't know. If he's a dog like that,
you don't want to pay anybody nothing.
No. It's not want to pay anybody nothing. He's already paid.
Want to pay nobody nothing.
That's not what I'm saying at all, brother. He's already getting paid. I'm just saying if Brian Branch is a guy, and I could save $8 million the following year, why wouldn't I? That just makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
because there's bigger holes you need to fill.
Yeah. Yeah, but so put it to you this way. I mean, look at how many opportunities Kirby Joseph created for the Detroit Lions to win games this year by causing turnovers. I'm not familiar with Brian Branch, but if he's that type of guy, if he's making plays, he's going to get my offense the ball in their hands, because that's a net plus 14 if you score on that offensive possession, because you're taking points off the board for them, or at least 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's that type of dude, I'm not mad at it. I know the draft for PFF, they took Witherspoon 6 and then Branch 18, which I think is psycho, but I'm also not familiar with Branch. And I'd have to do the homework.
Yeah, they're not going to. I doubt they take a safety that high unless they're. I think they want Kirby and Tracy next year.
I mean, from what I'm reading,
come next year. Oh, what did you say, JP?
No, I was just gonna say, from what I'm reading, he doesn't seem like he's a bad option. I mean, he's got nice speed, length, but it seems like he's a project. So this might be like a stash pick later on in the draft that they can work on for the next 2 or 3 years, so he can develop to be an NFL talent. But as of right now, from college, I mean, he's got decent speed. He looks nice.
Yeah. I like Tracy.
Me too.
I think Tracy could be productive for you. I think he's the leader of this defense when he does hit the field. I don't know, maybe Aiden steps to that role next year, though. But and Kirby just showed you what he did in his second year at the position. In his second year playing defense, just in general. He's a former wide receiver. I don't understand.
I don't get it either. I don't get everybody having us draft a safety early. I mean, I understand wanting it for depth or getting one later, even a little bit. That makes me confused. But no, you need cornerbacks and defensive tackles. In those first 3 picks.
Yeah. I was watching Elijah Cansey last night.
Yeah.
He's Samurai Sack. I didn't know what to make of it. And then because obviously he went to Pitt, undersized guy, what comes familiar, what you think automatically is Aaron Donald. Then I went and watched Aaron Donald's tape. That guy, bro. I don't understand how anybody, questioned what he was going to be.
Yeah.
There was one play, Spinny, he literally sacked the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
You see that one?
The quarterback and the running back?
Yeah. What?
He's a monster.
It's hard enough for some people to get a clean tackle on a running back. He literally grabbed the quarterback
and the handoff
and the running back and took them both down. When he ended up getting drafted 10? When did the Rams take him? That to me is a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Another thing, and maybe I don't know what time we got some time. Will Anderson Jr. over Jalen Carter for me all day. I don't understand that either. I get that Jalen Carter is supposed to be him, and I wholeheartedly believe that. When did Will Anderson fall off from being him as well?
I mean, he didn't really fall off from being him. I think it's just need and fit.
But the Bears specifically,
he's still going to be a top 3 pick.
Yeah, but if I'm the Bear, how do you take? I mean, there's another thing too. the longevity of an edge rusher versus a defensive tackle, I feel like is in favor of the edge rusher. I feel like those are the staple guys. Defensive tackles, shelf life wise, I feel like it's not short, but it's not as long as an edge rusher in my opinion. I don't know. I just that stuff's blowing my mind, and maybe it's just another thing of me trying to talk myself into Jalen Carter falling to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. I hope so. Like I said, I hope so, but it's not going to happen.
Have you got to watch the Kalijah stuff, the Kalijah Kancey?
No.
He's just the size is what concerns me.
Yeah.
And I try to make myself. That's why I went on Aaron Donald. I was like, well, I'll make
He's
myself
from Pitt
feel better.
Right?
Yeah.
I did. I watched some of his stuff.
Number 8.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll make myself feel better about the size if I go watch Aaron Donald. I'm like, oh, he's not doing that.
No, Aaron Donald was
that is not the same.
A different monster.
Yeah, these are different human beings.
Best defense player I've ever seen.
He's also thicker too. Like Kancey looks like.
Yeah, Aaron Donald's like
small,
315 pounds.
Yeah,
he's got a 6-pack.
It's insane. He's on steroids.
He's a monster.
There's just no way he's got to be juicing, right?
I don't know.
300 pounds with a 6-pack. He's like 5'10".
Yeah,
that doesn't even make sense.
Something. He's on something. Probably supplements or something. I'm sure. But
goddamn Badger milk.
Goddamn Badger milk. He's on Fight Milk.
Fight Milk?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's from Always Sunny.
He drinks Prime.
He drinks Prime. Dude, I had a Prime the other day.
It's actually pretty good.
I didn't like it.
No?
No. I had the Tropical Punch one. It was way too sweet.
Oh, well, I do agree with that. I had the energy drink one. It was too sweet, but I'm looking for the job.
Body Armor is better.
Yeah, for like a replenishing thing. Body Armor is also the OG.
Just to drink something.
Yeah.
Like I saw it. This is the first time I saw it. I was like, oh, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I heard it's good.
I guess they're killing it in sales.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just so.
YouTubers can sell anything. Like when you get famous on YouTube.
Well, it's just so smart. Like they're becoming like brands versus just like you know what I'm saying?
Jake Paul, sports drink.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just signed the deal with the UFC.
What brand are you and I gonna cook up?
Huh?
What brand can we cook up?
Like milkshakes or something?
Bigger.
Ice cream?
Milkshakes? That's what you're going with?
Ice cream?
God, that was the worst answer. Ice cream?
You don't drink milkshakes? Well, it's got to be something fat.
No, I feel like people drink milkshakes like 3 times a year. It's not even like a...
I don't know. I think there's an untapped milkshake market that we can get into.
Yeah, I was going to say, people drink a lot more milkshakes than you think.
Yeah, JP's like, I have a milkshake every day.
JP's
got to walk some cookies every day for sure.
You do, for sure. Yeah. I want one of them Rice Krispie treats.
What was your pizza? You just do like a pizza, like a frozen pizza?
Yeah, frozen pizza. I feel like it would be, yeah.
Mushrooms on half of it, and then like whatever you want on the other half.
Yeah, like well, I guess we could put everything on.
Yeah,
well, whatever the hell.
The first one would have to be half.
Frozen pizza could work. All right, Woodward Sports Chat, help us out. Gravy flavored ice creams at Epic in the Woodward Sports Chat.
God, dude.
It's easy when Eazy and Spencer walk up a flight of stairs. They need Gatorade.
I don't drink Gatorade that much anymore. I drank so much of it like growing up.
Yeah, I got out of that so fast.
So I like Body Armor, man. Body Armor's good.
I haven't had that.
That's why I stopped. Gatorade, I felt like more thirst. Like I needed like 2 things of water.
The most refreshing Gatorade is the cucumber lime one.
You're not wrong.
I'm just a straight water guy these days.
It's not a flavor thing. It's refreshing, like you said. It's not like.
I mean, I like the flavor too.
Yeah, I don't mind the flavor, but like you said, refreshing.
It's refreshing. It's very refreshing, and like the OG like lemon lime is very refreshing as well.
Izzy Powell in the Woodward Sports Chat says heavyweights coney sauce. That sounds sketchy.
Coney sauce? No, dude. Nationals has a monopoly on the coney sauce. You know,
ice cold beer.
What's it? Beer. Beer would be good.
I like that.
I like beer.
Yeah. Or seltzer.
Hot sauce for wings.
Seltzer.
I'm not a beer guy.
Hot sauce
for wings.
Hot sauce for wings.
A little Dustin Poirier action, mofo.
A tequila.
Yeah. Oh, I would like that.
I'm good on that.
I feel like that'd be a hard mark. I feel like that's expensive to like provide like quality piece in, but like if it was on the table, I'm definitely
anything
taking
you have to distill is going to be harder than
we've had somebody reach out about CBD deodorant. Yeah.
What? Why didn't you tell me that?
I did.
CBD deodorant?
Yeah.
You never told me that.
I 100% did.
No, I don't believe
you. Just be watching Family Guy.
I don't believe you. No, you get here 10 minutes before the show starts. CBD deodorant! And then I'm already walking into the show.
No, it's like months ago. We'll talk about it after the show. But not before you tell us about Matrix Home Solutions, young Chris.
You know, when all your branding goes right and you got that extra money and you're looking at what you can do with it, hit up Matrix for some home remodeling. They are your home solution for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens. Shout out to Rachel. Shout out, Beth. Remember, they have an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
Woodward Sports Sports love sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big super party. Wait, we can't say super. We really can't say come join us at our super party on Sunday, February 12th from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports super party. Well, our super party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet. DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin Mo Rex. What popped up? See? You see how distracted this guy is? You never told me about that.
Yeah.
We're literally in the middle of the show. He tries to throw in a paper product.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere.
Stupid!
I normally throw pens, but there isn't any more.
What are some of these?
Because someone took them.
I saw someone comment, heavyweight condoms.
Heavyweight condoms is a good idea.
You and Chris were laughing at one before we came back.
I King Horse said young Chris signature baseball bat for beating the homeless.
I'm just saying, bro. I was the hero in that story.
You was the hero in that story, but you started it off with, I hit a homeless guy. And it was just like, all right.
It's comedic delivery.
I got where you're going.
Yeah.
We laughed. We laughed for quite a while. So you accomplished your goal.
What's Zima soup?
I don't know, but
it's probably something sexual. They wanted me to say it. Like, got him.
Yeah. I'm at pussy. I am AP then Ussy. That's a Gatorade flavor.
Like Steve Kerr's son's name?
Yeah. Anyway.
Chris, what's Steve Kerr's son's name?
Don't.
JB.
Let's not.
Nicholas.
JB, your mic still works, right?
Nicholas is his first name.
All right.
Yeah.
Since we're talking NBA, we do have a Troy Weaver topic on here.
You do.
Did I send this to you in the...
Yes, you did.
Oh, let's throw that thing up.
Yes, you did. This is
throw
interesting.
That thing up. Throw that thing in a circle.
I thought that too. I just didn't want to say
throw
it.
That thing in a circle.
A Pistons-Jerami Grant reunion this summer in free agency, ? Don't count it out. It's from our guy, James Edwards, the athletic Detroit Pistons.
Also, I hinted at it too once upon a time.
Shut the fuck up.
Why would Steve Kerr name his son
your mouth.
Nicholas?
We're off of that, Spencer.
I'm sorry.
We're off of that.
I got ADD, but that's just like...
Jesus.
You've never told me about the name, by the way.
Yeah, this is stupid. Like,
jeez Louise, man. Keep the graphic. Let's do this again.
Well, he has two sons, too. So.
Yeah. What's the other one's name?
Matthew.
All right. He just hates the other one, I guess.
Jerami Grant Pistons reunion, huh?
Yeah, I read it.
Let's talk about it.
What do you want me to say? Okay, yeah, maybe they signed him. Cool. Like, yeah, it would be cool. It would be a good fit for what the Pistons need. They need a defensive wing. That's what Jerami Grant is known to be. Obviously, he's already familiar with the team and the players, so it would be a good fit. I wouldn't mind seeing him add Jerami Grant. That's for sure.
Chris, top one up.
Are you just trying to toss it to me right now? What's going on?
Break it down. I just want you to be the basketball guy on the show.
No, it's the interesting thing about it is that, you basically gave Jerami Grant away for what ended up being Jalen Duren in a year that, truthfully, ended up not mattering with Cade Cunningham's injury. So it would be, in some sense, a finesse. You let Portland rent Jerami Grant for 1 year in a year that, truthfully, again, did not matter to the Pistons' timeline as far as Jerami Grant goes. Obviously, you want to build the young guys, but it was a losing season anyways, and tanking season, if you will. So it would be a great fit. obviously, for all the reasons Spencer said, fits like a glove. He's been there. He knows the culture. He knows the teammates. He's got a great relationship with Troy, all of that. But that's the interesting part, is that it would essentially be a fleece, kind of like when the Pistons traded Antonio McDyess to Denver, and then he just said, buy me out, and then rejoined the Pistons like that same week. You can't do that these days, but this is the closest thing to it. So shout out to Troy. Troy going to do his thing. Always.
That's what I'm
Apex
saying.
Predator.
And one of the reasons Jeremy came here is because of his relationship with Troy.
Yeah.
And then there's no bad blood off of it. It's just the one thing that kind of confused me a little bit is, like, from a Pistons fan perspective, I think it's brilliant. I would love Jeremy Grant. I never hated Jeremy Grant here.
Yeah.
He just
was in a role too big for him.
No,
Well, yeah, we just weren't in a position to even, like, like we were just, he just didn't fit the timeline.
Yeah.
Now, with Cade Cunningham back, Jalen Duren, it would be the finesse of the century, and Troy somehow did that. He is the man, and I'm not opposed to this at all. The Pistons need a wing.
Yeah,
it's just that they do.
They need a wing. He's a great defender. He can guard 1 through 4. He's a very impactful player, both on offense and defense.
Spread the floor.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind it at all. Throw that Grant in a circle. Bring him back.
It's throw that Grant in a circle. It's just so crazy too, because at a certain point last year, Pistons fans wanted to trade this guy for literally anything, and it was the most annoying shit in the world.
Yeah.
I was like, just relax. This guy has value on the market. If you don't think so, you're stupid. You haven't been paying attention to the NBA and how they value these wings. Obviously, Troy did turn him into what he turned him into. You were saying something, though, Chris. You had your big ass hand
and that's
up.
the one thing we got to be fair and not like just be biased here. And the one reason Pistons fans did want to trade him is because they didn't believe he was worth the max, or that he wasn't worth the max for the stage that the Pistons are at. And a year later, yes, do they have a better foundation that he could be more worth it? But ultimately, I don't want to pay Jerami Grant the max. I'd like to pay him big money, but that's why he's not going with Portland. Portland offered him a 4-year max, but he's waiting till free agency, because free agency, Portland could, if they want to, offer him a 5-year max.
Yeah.
But because of the way, the CBA is, they can't offer that max right now. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's leaving Portland, that he didn't sign the extension right away. It also doesn't mean that he's fully committed to Portland. He's just going to wait, see out his options. But everything from Jerami Grant has been clear since he was on the Pistons and since he left the Pistons, that he wants a max contract and that he believes he is worth that, and he wants to be on a team that can win. So do the Pistons fit that? And are the Pistons fans willing to accept him at that price? That's the question.
I don't give a shit what Pistons fans are willing to accept. If Troy Weaver's willing to make the deal.
Pistons fans thought freaking.
Well, do you think it's a good idea?
The next big thing.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay.
I think he's a great fit, and then you can, depending on what you do with Bogey or Sadiq, whoever you want to put your anchor on.
Yeah.
Get rid of the other one.
I think you saw in the second half of last season, Grant kind of like relinquished that number one guy on the off.
He
relinquished that to
Kid.
Kid.
This kid's legit.
Yeah, and then the Pistons were like looking nice, and we were speaking of Isaiah Livers highlight. That's the Cade Cunningham effect, right? It's a team effort at that point. You got Jalen Duren as your center. I put Grant probably at the 4 at that point. Get Bojan there at the 3. Ivy and Cade. You're right. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'd probably switch them, have Bogey guard the 4 just because he's a little slower, and Grant guard the 3. But yeah, they're obviously the 2 forwards that you interchange. And the other thing too is the Pistons could again afford to sign him and have about 10 to 15 millish in cap space, so you can get Grant plus another solid player. Again, not a great player, but another solid player. But again, that depends on if they re-sign Burks. Then most of that money is gone, and then you're looking at basically just this team next year plus Jerami Grant and maybe 2 other pieces, including the draft pick. Yeah. And is that what you want? Is that top of your priority list?
Yeah, and I guess it kind of depends too, like where the Detroit Pistons end up landing in this year's draft. Obviously bottom record, but that doesn't guarantee you get the number 1 pick. We learned that last year. But if you end up with a Brandon Miller, or I believe his name, like that's okay. Maybe I'm not pressed to sign Grant to a big deal then.
I kind of want Brandon Miller. Like,
that's
why I wouldn't be. I don't know. I also want them to land number 2 so we can hit up Minnesota. Be like, well, how's Ant doing? Like, what do you want for Ant? I'll give you number 2. I'll give you 3 future firsts and Sadiq Bey. Like, let me get Anthony Edwards.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's what it takes.
I like Ant.
Yeah, no, it's worth it.
He's going to be a superstar wing.
Cade and Ivy?
Yes. Yeah. And Duren.
Well, yeah, obviously you got to keep Darren.
Yeah.
And you're playing them at the 4 at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards is a 3.
Probably staggering. Well, obviously you're going to stagger Cade and Ivy either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a legitimate team, with a great core, all on the same timeline, building towards the future.
Yes.
I don't think Minnesota has the stones to do that trade right now, but maybe again if you promise them 1 or 2 in this draft, because it looks like those are 2 cornerstone players.
Yeah.
That's the only way you get rid of Anthony Edwards, if we're being real.
I'm gonna start emailing Anthony Edwards like some Popeyes gift cards or something, so he can just piss off Karl Anthony Towns even more, so he wants to leave.
When you guys say this, it's equivalent to when like somebody hops in the chat or calls in. They're like, "Yeah, Barry Sanders to become the running back coach, or Tom Brady to come back and coach Michigan." Like, I think it's a pipe dream.
Yeah,
I think that's
is a
fucking
pipe
wild.
dream.
There's
It
no
is.
way in hell Minnesota's giving up on that. There's just
They
no.
gotta
way.
give up on this
unless
team.
their hand
They
is
gotta give up
forced.
on this team. The
Yeah,
team
but
has to blow up.
that's not the piece they're gonna get rid of.
That's the last piece.
Yeah, that's
but
the last
If
piece.
their hand is forced,
Yeah, if you offer them
Yeah.
this number 2 overall pick and 3 future firsts, they might be like, you're not going to get that for Rudy Gobert.
Exactly. That's why it works, is because you can't trade Rudy Gobert. You can't really
Untradeable.
trade D'Angelo Russell because of his contract, or that he's a free agent rather. And then you have Towns and Edwards are your only way to replenish draft capital. And basically you become Utah, right? You trade your Townsend and Edwards are your Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and you get just a plethora of draft picks, and then you're OKC, Utah, and you're just, that's how you start your rebuild. That's how you jumpstart your rebuild. That's the only way they do it. But again, Anthony Edwards is probably the last thing, just because he's a young player on a good contract.
But he could also want out because he doesn't like Minnesota, and he doesn't like Karl Anthony Towns,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like Rudy Gobert.
So
it might not even be up to them. If he walks into the front office and says, "You guys are trading me," they are.
I guess I'll get this out of the way before we get to the break. And Aaron asked something that I've been dying to say. I actually did say it like a couple weeks back. But he is like, what, 6'4" at the 3? That's why I said we're keeping him in Ivy. I'm just not in love. I feel like he could play the 2.
I believe he's 6'5", but
yeah, I think he's 6. Well, we'll look it up.
Yeah.
Tell us about Guardian Alarm, Spencer.
Guardian Alarm it's the new year, so let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. With 24/7 local monitoring, you can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800
Stay out
right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups.
Detroit fans were there.
4 World Series wins.
Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
If you're disgustingly overweight and out of shape like I am, you might need help from Custom Health Centers. Our very own Ryan Ermanni got help, and look at that. He went from Corey Spaghetti to Corey Maggette. But in all seriousness, Ryan did enlist the help of Custom Health Centers and is down upwards of 20 pounds. You can do the same. All you got to do is call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you lose some weight.
That was just the worst timing.
Yeah. It's right before a health read. Spencer starts dying.
It sounded like a blood clot too. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened.
What? Oh, what that was?
Yeah.
Cigarettes, brother.
No.
Put them down.
It was like, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Pause.
Yeah. Pause moment.
We got I'm just gonna finish the Anthony Edwards stuff because we could finish. These are just off-season ass topics elsewhere on this sheet.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron said something interesting before the chat break, and he said that Edwards is a 2, and I feel the same sentiment. That's why I was like, I don't know if I'm keeping him and Ivy. Like, I might make Ivy a part of that trade package and maybe keep an extra first rounder or so. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
6'4", and you know, and shoes 6'6", sure, but that's the same.
Timberwolves coach says Anthony Edwards has grown 2 inches since the draft.
Giannis grew too.
Yeah,
that's what I've seen. 3 different articles saying he's 6'6" now.
Yeah.
From what websites?
NBC Sports, CBS.
2 inches is a lot, guys.
And
Okay.
ESPN. But he's also got a 6'10" wingspan. He's stout. He's a bigger guy, so I don't care. I want Anthony Edwards more than anything.
Easy. What was the thing you just said? Because I wanted to comment piggyback off of it.
What?
What was the thing you just said?
You'd rather have
before that?
KD than Anthony Edwards?
Yeah. KD's a better basketball player than.
Yeah, but he's also 400 years old.
It's fine. He's still a Trey Money sniper. What were you going to say, Chris?
What was the thing you said before Spencer brought up the height? Because I wanted to go off of that. I forget what you just said.
I think I just like the best version of Anthony Edwards probably at the 2.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else. Oh, it was about Jay Ivey. My thing with that is, okay, if you put in Jay Ivey instead of a first, then you're basically saying that you can draft Jaden Ivey with a first, like, easily. Like, that's the confidence of it.
Say that one more time. I was distracted by that beautiful queen behind you.
Yeah, shout out to Rachel. But
bro, I told you about the CBD deodorant.
Yeah,
you get too distracted too easily. Anytime I look at the window, you get distracted.
Keep going. See this motherfucker.
You're good. I'm just saying.
Sorry when he does.
What is the value of that first? Like, do you really think you're getting a prospect better than Jaden Ivey with putting him in and keeping a first? And that's where I would say no, because how many prospects are as good as Jaden Ivey?
You're saying Ivy's worth more than the first?
Yeah. Ivy at this point
then I
is
keep
worth
2 firsts and I give him Ivy. I mean, I don't.
And you'd rather do that. You'd be more comfortable as a GM throwing in Ivy instead of 2 firsts.
Wholeheartedly, 100%.
I disagree with that.
I
Especially
disagree
because
with you.
if your team is good. Your team is good. Those are going to be picks in the 20s instead of picks in the lottery.
At 6'4", I feel like Anthony Edwards is a better fit as a 2.
6'6".
He can't play the 3.
6'6".
2 inches.
I've yet to confirm, but 2 inches matters.
You're gonna go measure him? What do you have yet to confirm?
I'll make it happen.
Game, he's gonna be like, hey, come here.
And you guys already know how I feel about the fit. I mean, these are discussions I've had with guys who play. NBA champion Lindsey Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fit matters. It's a thing. I mean, it's one of the reasons why. Yeah, Kyrie just got traded to Luka Doncic. On paper in 2K, you know, that makes perfect sense. But fit matters, especially when you have guys that are ball dominant, which I feel like the best version of Ivy's with the ball in his hands. Where Anthony Edwards, I feel like
I hate Jaden Ivey.
I don't hate Jaden Ivey.
And
I told you, no, we're stopping that. Or I'm bringing up the fact you fucked your cousin.
You're the one that fucked his cousin.
His cousin.
Yeah, you fucked your cousin. You are a man, right?
What? You said his cousin at first.
Yeah, I said you're the fact. You're the one who fucked his cousin.
Big facts.
You're the one. Big facts.
No, I like I like Edwards better than Ivy, and I just feel like the fit with Ivy and K just.
We understand how you feel about that.
Yeah, and it matters. It matters. It's not
just getting your value on picks. You're not wrong about fit.
Yeah,
but what's the value of those picks?
Whatever. I mean, with Troy Weaver. Yeah. They definitely got some value, and beyond that too. I mean, maybe they took another trade piece. You know.
But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you tapping in on WoodwardSports.com. 2 Woodward Heavyweights live from 5 to 7 Monday through Friday. For Speak Easy Sports, for Chris Platty in the TD booth, JV Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Exter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.